One of the questions that we have gotten from many of our customers over the years is, can I grow spinach at home? And the answer is yes, you can. And what we're going to do is show you how you can do that. This is Vic from Happy Leaf. There are several keys to what we found that work the best. And the first is selecting the right container. This is a container that is available from several suppliers. One is called the Tomato Trellis from Hydrofarm, and the other is called Mobile Veg Patch. So you can find those on the internet. And what we really like about this container is it gives you a large amount of surface area that's covered very nicely with our 33-inch lights. And the other thing that's really important is that you can water it. You'll notice there's a watering container or opening here from the bottom, which is also very important. So the other thing that's really important is selecting the right type of media. What we found is if you grow in a mixture of coconut coir and vermiculite, which are commonly readily available in a variety of places, and it allows you to have a nice loose soil basically. And just so you know, we also use this to grow a variety of other things like beets and carrots and radishes, tomatoes, and peppers. So it's a media that's very versatile for many different types of plants, but it works great with spinach. And the third thing is the selection of the type of nutrients you use. We use General Hydroponics Maxi Grow, but obviously there's a lot of other nutrients out there that you can select that also work well for that. And the other thing that's important is selection of the right seeds. We've tried a variety of different types of spinach seeds, and the ones that we like the best are Corvair, which grows really well, and another one that I actually have the packet for here is called Butterfly from Fruition Seeds. I'm not saying there aren't other seeds and types of spinaches you can grow, but these are ones that we really like. Let's talk about how you set your spinach garden up when you first plant your seeds. What you do is you start with the container, no water, nothing in it at the time, and then you mix your coconut coir and vermiculite as a 50-50 mix, and you fill it to within about 2 to 3 inches of the top lip here of the container. So after you fill the container evenly with the coconut coir and vermiculite, you can actually plant your seeds. So I typically plant the seeds 2 to 3 inches apart, roughly a half an inch deep, and you cover the surface evenly, so you'll end up using roughly 75 to 100 seeds if you fill the surface up, put seeds in evenly. And then you mix your nutrient-filled water and you put 1 teaspoon of this Maxi Grow per gallon. And then you take your gallon container and just literally water the entire top, making sure everything is nice and evenly moistened and wet. And that gallon container will not overflow because I think you can hold roughly 2 gallons of liquid in this container. So the first time you plant, you water from the top. And then within a day, you can come back and actually add more nutrient-filled water below here. And then the water through osmosis will keep the soil nice and wet. And within a week, you will notice your spinach popping up. And within 6 weeks or so, you will actually, this is what you'll see. So you'll have a great harvest. So what you do is you hang your light, your 33-inch Procyon light, about 10 to 12 inches up above the container. We actually do a lot of our growing in a baker's rack. So we set a rack so that it's about 2 to 2.5 feet high, like you can see in the background, and hang the light in the middle of the container, and you set your timer so that it's on between 16 and 18 hours a day. And that's the right amount of light for getting great growth of your spinach. I'm going to now show you how I harvest our spinach, and you do not need to harvest it all at once. You can obviously just use what you need for your, for whether you steam it or whether you use it with your eggs or whether you decide to freeze it and use it for later. Those are all options you have. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest the top row of large leaves and let the leaves that are below come up and give me another harvest within the next few weeks. So I'm going to start here with, I use scissors, and I'm just going to start cutting. You can see the size of the leaves. They're very large. And it will probably take me about 5 minutes or so to harvest a large container of spinach that we will probably be having for dinner tonight. So I've completed my harvest, which took me about 5 minutes, and this is my harvest of the day. You could see we've got quite a bit of spinach for several meals, and we may even be able to freeze some. And what we have left is all the leaves that were below the large leaves, and these are going to stay in here, and within about a week to a week and a half, you'll get just as large a harvest. We've actually typically do about 3 harvests before we replant. And when you replant, the coconut coir and vermiculite that's in here should just be allowed to dry out for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then you can replant once more. You remove any roots out of the system, so you don't have to, get rid of the coconut coir vermiculite. So you usually can get 2 or 3 grows out of it before you probably want to start replacing it. So if this is of interest for you, please sign up for our YouTube channel, visit our website, and contact us if you have any questions. We'd be glad to work with you to make sure you're successful at growing spinach at home. Thank you.